Check 1, 2.
Go!
Curious about real estate? Then you've come to the right place. Get the knowledge you need. Get over the fear and get started.
Hello?
Hello, this is Ryan. I'm calling to speak to Rashawn.
This is her?
Hi, Rashawn. Again, this is Ryan. I was calling because you spoke to Alex on the phone about your interest in selling your house.
Yes, ma'am.
And I was calling back to verify that all of the information we have is correct so that we can come to an agreement to purchase your property. Is this a good time?
Yes.
Perfect. And in case we get disconnected, is this phone number the best number to call you back on?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Rashawn. And well, Rashawn, thank you for calling us to buy your house. Before we can determine how much we can buy your house for, we just need to verify that the information we have about your house is correct and also go through the process to discover the details about your specific plans to sell it. Is that okay?
Okay.
Fantastic. So let's get started then, yes?
Mm-hmm.
And you did call us because you have a house you're hoping to sell, yes?
Yes.
That's fantastic. We're definitely looking for another house to buy right now, and your house sounds like the kind we're looking for, too. And the property is not currently listed with a real estate broker, correct?
Correct.
And the address of the house that you're hoping to sell is 304 Street?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And that's in Texas?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much for your help with that. Now, you know, Rashawn, no one knows more about your house than you do, and we buy houses all over the country. So we are actually going to buy your house without ever going out to physically see the house. Once we agree to buy the house and you agree to sell us the house, we will send our local professionals out to determine the exact condition and repair costs the house may need.
Okay.
So in the meantime, we would hope that you would be fair and honest regarding the condition of the house so that we don't move forward with an agreement to purchase your house that will later have to change or cancel because of missing information. Does that make sense? Yes?
Uh-huh.
Great. So let me ask you. It looks like when you spoke to Alex, you said that we would need to assume about $7,000 in total repair costs and work or upgrades. Is that correct?
Correct.
And that's no problem, Rashawn. We buy houses in any condition, from the ugliest to the most beautiful house on the block. We buy them in an as-is condition, and we don't ask our sellers to do any work or repairs at all. After we buy your house, we will be the ones that will pay for all of the repairs or updates.
Okay.
Now, Rashawn, there are a lot of factors and reasons which make a difference on how much time we have and how much money we will need when we buy the house. For example, are there any serious damages? Is there something wrong with the house? Are there any court orders or deadlines we need to meet? Is the house too small, or are there any neighborhood problems, and many, many others? So can you now see how important it is for us to know your reason for selling? And as a home buyer, you'd want to know too, right?
Correct.
So, Rashawn, what is causing you to want to sell this property?
Because we want to move back to our hometown.
You want to move back to your hometown? We can certainly help you with that. And what have you done so far to try and sell your house?
Well, just been calling around and see if anybody want to buy it.
Okay. And do you have to sell this house in order to buy the next one?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, then we are the perfect buyer for you because we're not looking for a house to live in. We can buy your house and close on the date of your choice. And when would you say is as soon as you would be able to sell your house and close escrow by?
As soon as possible.
As soon as possible?
Yes.
So you would be able to close escrow in the next 20 to 30 days?
Yes.
Yes. All right. Perfect. So what is going to happen if it doesn't sell? Meaning, what are you going to do with the house, and how is that going to affect your plans to sell it?
Well, I guess we'll stay in it until we can.
Have you considered simply renting or leasing it?
Yes, but I really don't want to. Yeah, I don't want the headache into it.
Yeah, I completely understand. I don't think I would want the headache either. It looks like when you spoke to Alex, you said that valued as is, the house is worth $30,000 and $80,000 in perfect condition. Does that sound right?
Yes.
And Rashawn, are you aware of how expensive it is and all of the costs involved with selling a house like yours to a traditional buyer, including the costs of real estate broker commissions, monthly mortgage payments while it sells, several months of holding costs, and that's not even including all of the buyer's lender requirements like repair costs, pest inspection, roof certification, and on and on. In order to sell your house, it could cost you, the seller, 10 to 20% of the sales price. So let me ask you, Rashawn, about how much would you say it would cost you to sell your house to a traditional buyer?
I really couldn't tell you because I don't know about all that.
Don't worry. Most home sellers don't discover how much it really costs to sell, not until they're finally presented with a seller's closing costs. And sometimes months after they've been trying to sell do they discover that it could cost 10 to 20% of the sales price just to sell their house. So I'll tell you what. Well, how about if we just use the industry average of 10 to 20% of the sales price?
Okay.
Okay, and it looks like there's no mortgage on the house that we would need to pay off?
Correct.
Great. So, Rashawn, let me tell you a little bit about what we do. We buy houses like yours all the time, and we pay all of the costs. Things like real estate commissions, title insurance, escrow fees, transfer tax, termite clearance, roof certification, and the list goes on and on. And we buy them in an as-is condition, so we are going to assume the responsibility for all of the needed repairs, whether we have seen them already or not. And one of the positive factors about selling us your house is that you or whoever is living in it can stay in it for as long as you need to, and we can get you your money on the date of your choice. We will pay cash when we buy your house, so you can have the peace of mind knowing it's sold. Not only sold, but sold to someone who can afford to buy it, because we don't have to rely on a bank to qualify your house, nor do we need to beg them for a loan and risk them changing their mind at the last minute. Believe me, there's nothing more frustrating than seeing a deal break down in escrow, and that is not going to happen to you. Isn't that really what you want?
Yes.
Yes, most definitely. So what were you hoping to sell your house for, Rashawn? The net amount that you would receive to put in your pocket after all of the repair and update costs have been considered and after all of your seller's closing costs have been subtracted, what we call the walk-away money. Go ahead and share with me, Rashawn, what amount of money are you hoping to walk away with?
At least 30.
At least $30,000, okay.
Yes.
And since we are paying all of your closing costs to sell, is that the least that you'll take?
$28,500.
$28,500?
Yes.
And knowing that we are going to buy your house now and take all your worry and stress away along with holding costs waiting for your house to sell, can you help us by lowering your price a little bit more?
How much more?
How much more? Well, Rashawn, would you consider $25,000?
Yes.
Yes, you would. So you are saying that at $25,000, you are committed to selling your property today? Yes.
Right now.
Right now, all right. So if I can get an approval for the purchase price of $25,000, you are ready to sell your house to us today, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. Well, Rashawn, we are ready to move forward and buy your house. So the email where I can send you your purchase agreement is at yahoo.com. Is this correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Great. Perfect. So I'll send you the purchase contract shortly. So if you could go ahead and get it signed and either email or fax it back to us, and we can open escrow right away. So you do have access to a fax or a printer?
Yes, I'll email it.
You can email it back? Perfect. So when do you think I can expect it back?
About 10 minutes.
In about 5-10 minutes after I send it?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. Okay, so congratulations on selling your house. I'll contact you shortly after I send you the purchase agreement just to make sure you received it and to verify that you're able to send it back to us right away, okay?
Is this a guaranteed walk away with $25,000?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
that'll be your walkaway price, and that's why we're sending you the purchase agreement to let you know that we are committed to buying your house.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right, so I'll send it to you in just a few minutes, and then as soon as you can, print it out, sign it, scan it, and send it back, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you very much, Rashana. You have a good night, okay? I'll talk to you in a few minutes.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening. Get more info and stay in touch